Oh, who's this guy? I think he did kill his wife.
I bet you he did kill his wife. Trying to use the bricks in the background of my screen to figure out when I'm fucking level. Here, kinda, sorta, not crooked. There we go. That's
Okay.
close enough.
Okay.
Yeah, he only needed to send me like 3 different Zoom meeting links.
Yep.
4.
Yep.
Yeah, for whatever reason, my computer fucking hates me and doesn't like to cooperate. Especially when there's a time crunch of any kind.
Oh. Yeah, why wouldn't it?
Wouldn't want to be too easy with the fun in that.
Yeah.
Just watch, I got my shit all finally cooperating and shit. Now none of the other people are gonna be able to make it. Just my fucking luck.
Oh God, that would piss me off a little bit. Oh nope. Here's Jason.
Speaking of the devil.
Oh, there's Ryan. Okay.
Hello.
All right. Hey Ryan. So,
Hi.
yep, that's Connor that I was telling you about. Connor, this is Ryan, and that's Jason.
Hello.
Now we gotta wait for Elena.
Oh, okay, there's everybody.
One more person.
Oh. Almost everybody.
Yeah.
Well, my computer just like froze up on me, like, do not tell me I'm losing connection.
Okay. Everyone's here. I'm gonna hit record. And once I hit record, I have to do the typical BS introduction for the 4 people that watch my videos.
In progress.
Yes. And here I go. Hello to my 4 subscribers. Maybe. This here is, yes, I am Trevor Allen. This is my co-host Connor Kelly, and we are here with Elena Cook, Ryan Brown, and Jason Hernandez. We are just going to share little stories, shoot some shit on like experiences in choir and drama club and shit like that. And here's how I'm going to start out. So Connor, you were in Madrigal, is that correct?
Now it really feels like a police interrogation, but yeah.
Okay, these 3 were also in Madrigals. I was only in varsity, sadly. I joined varsity. Yeah, I joined varsity my senior year, and one day, like first few weeks into the year, I was talking to my friend Amy, and she was telling me about an instant where Madrigals went on to like a trip somewhere, and a fight broke out between them. Do you know anything about this?
I remember that it was, oddly enough, around Christmas time. There were a couple of Mads during the Christmas rounds when you were going around singing to like various elementary schools. A couple of them started to butt heads. It was more of just like a verbal altercation, but nothing too serious. At least as far as I can recall.
Okay. So it wasn't anything too serious, like no fists were thrown or anything?
No.
Okay.
No one threw hands or anything. No, nothing like that.
Okay.
But it was just people just getting shitty with each other, and someone was knowing the 2 people involved. I wouldn't be shocked if one of them swatted the other one, but wouldn't be shocked. But
Okay.
I mean, Not too bad.
Okay. And now I
Christmas
forgot what
rounds
I
were
was...
fun. Those
What?
are probably one of my favorite things about being in Mads was the Christmas rounds.
Oh yeah, I yeah, I wouldn't know. I wasn't in Mads. Would you guys know anything about that?
About the fight or the Christmas?
No, Christmas. About Christmas. Don't worry.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we saw fights all the time. Yeah.
Ryan and I had one like in the last week of Magical
Oh,
actually.
yeah. Oh,
There was
yeah,
like
and I
blood
won.
everywhere.
I won that.
It's up for debate right now.
Look, listen, for the record, I won.
I knocked a couple teeth out at least. Okay.
There was blood everywhere. Just throw that, just haphazard. There was blood. Yeah, you know. Jesus.
But yeah, the Christmas rounds during Mads, those were a lot of fun. Going to the different elementary schools and singing Christmas songs for them. That was something. This was my first year of being in Magicals, and that was so much fun.
Really was.
Yeah, especially getting to go to like my elementary school. That was a pretty special experience.
God, I remember during the Christmas rounds. Doesn't matter what elementary school we went to, all of the other Mads, at least like 90% of them, would say that they went to that respective elementary school. I'm just like, you lying motherfuckers! I went to this one, and I'd only met any of you assholes in like 7th grade. You're lying to these youths.
Their faces.
Well, if Tommy were here, he would have said worse things, dude.
About this kid?
No, just in general, he would have gone even worse. Yeah, Tommy is a friend of ours who has less of a filter than me, to say the least.
Yeah.
Anyway, what else? Had another one.
Like, I mean, since we were all in, choir, or,
Yeah.
in your case, I don't know if you were in choir for super long. You were more
I was in varsity my senior year.
on the stage more than anything.
Yeah.
More, but I mean, like, how long were y'all in, choir and whatnot?
Yeah.
Since we're just sharing stories here.
Yeah.
I was in it for only this year. I was in it for like 2 years in middle school, but that doesn't count.
No.
But yeah, so Madrigals for me was only this year. I'm kicking myself because I wish I had joined earlier because it was a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
It also was my first and only year with choir, and I went straight to Madrigals. And similar to Ryan, I really wish I would have joined earlier. At least in like varsity or something like that. Just at least do something more prior to having that 1 year, but it was still an enjoyable experience. It's very fun.
I will say I probably had my most fun in my 2 years that I had in varsity. That was fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I did. Oh, sorry, Elena. Let's not forget about her.
It's okay. People always forget about me. It's fine.
Let's not make that a habit.
I was in choir for 5 years, all 4 years of high school, and then in 8th grade. I was in every choir this year, and it's just, I love choir. It's my safe space. Mr. Luke was my surrogate dad. Like, that's just me.
Oh, yeah. No, I can definitely relate. Because, like, as soon as choir became an elective in 6th grade, I was in choir every year in some form or another. I mean, 6th grade I had Miss Lewis. I don't know if any of you guys know who that is. Trevor might.
I'm getting Vietnam flashbacks.
Yeah, you and me both. But had her for 6th grade, and then 7th, 8th, and then all the way through 12th grade I had Mr. Luke, and fucking loved every second of it. I wasn't in choir in 11th grade, but I was in con cantabile, so I was kind of in choir. So
Yeah, like I'm glad that I joined choir, but like it was like the performing aspect that I like. Being like backstage, waiting with all the other choir people. I don't know what it is, But when you get a group of people together and they just start singing, I become the most hateful I can be, to the point I'm just sitting there. I am thinking just dark thoughts at the moment. It's like, oh, what could I do to them? What could I do to them? But like once like I'm on stage, it goes away. So I'm like, I'm glad I joined choir, but I am glad I did not join sooner, because I would have probably punched a madrigal, possibly. Not you, Connor. Not you. Just most of the madrigals. Yeah, most of the madrigals that were around when I started high school were dicks. A lot of the times. At least when I was around them. I don't know if it's just me or not.
I don't know. I mean, I was around a few of the Mads my freshman year, because Mr. Luke, my freshman year, asked me if I wanted to be in that Con Cantabile group, that extracurricular men's group. And I came into contact with a few of the senior Mads and all that, John Schoolcraft and all them. They seemed to be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever met Schoolcraft.
I don't think I have, no. Does not sound familiar. All right.
He was a pretty cool dude.
All right. Well, I guess we move on. Like fondest memory, I guess, like from like a show or a concert or something you did, or even a crazy story that you experienced that you haven't shared yet.
I mean, hell, to this day, I still get recognized from my senior concert because of this
Maui?
necklace. Because I wear this necklace.
Yep.
I still get recognized as that to this day by complete strangers. I still wear that with me, and I think it's hysterical.
Hey, wear it with pride, man.
Absolutely. I just think it's still funny how we walking through like Kroger, and someone's like, "Oh, I really like that necklace. Hey, wait a minute, I remember your face." I'm like, "Oh shit, here we go." Yeah, one of my favorite pieces that I ever performed was when we did the Broadway concert, and we had every choir group on stage singing Les Mis. That was cool as fuck.
That sounds epic.
That was so cool, because it started with, I think it was just a bass, a tenor, and a baritone. Started off with the baritone, and the tenor jumped in, and then was the bass, and they just started off slowly, one at a time. Do you hear the people sing? And then slowly, just the entire choir department just filtered onto the stage.
Nice.
Until every choir was on there. And then at one point, I turned around and someone was waving a French flag around. It was crazy. Nuts. Loved it.
Anyone else?
Following what Connor said about favorite pieces, we did a lot of stuff in Mads this year, but my favorite was probably from the beginning of the year when we did Rudder Requiem, and that one still upsets me that we didn't work on it as much as we should have, because I remember when Mr. Luke first told us that we were doing this at the beginning of the year, like, all right, we're going to do this major piece that, like, he said he hadn't done something like that in, 4 or 5 years, something like that. Said he hadn't done anything like that in a while, so I was excited. And I expect he said we were going to get, right to work on it. We were going to have rehearsal, like the other schools that were participating, but we were going to look at it on our own as well. But we never ended up doing that, and we still performed it, and I feel like it went okay, but
could have been better.
It could have been better, yes. Yeah. I was Grand Blanc Durand, Fenton, I don't remember all the schools that were involved, but there was 4 or 5 other schools apart from Greek, and it was just really great just seeing the other choir, because I remember having some interaction with some of the other basses that I was sitting around with, and they were really cool. And there was one bass who sat in front of me who I'm still jealous of his range today. I'm still absolutely jealous. He just spoke and he sounded like thunder, and I was like, holy shit.
I remember.
But
thunder.
It was a fun piece to do, and I learned the parts on my own after during the summer. I've been looking at them because I'm like, you know what, I just want to learn them because I never really fully learned them, even though I was never going to perform it. I'm like, hey, it's just a personal thing, I want to learn it. So that piece has just stuck with me, or pieces, that major work has just stuck with me since the beginning of the year.
Most of the bands were late to that concert too because it was tech week for our fall show, and we were getting yelled at by our director, and she kept us late.
Yep, I remember that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Could you repeat that? Like you were kind of cutting in and out.
Yeah.
And it sounded like super like robotic almost, and you like I think your connection kind of cut out a little bit there.
Are we good?
Yeah, I think
A
we're
little
good
bit
now.
better.
Okay. Well, I got the little notification that my internet was unstable, and I'm like, oh no. But
Yeah, we can tell.
for that concert, most of the Mads were late because it was Tech Week for our fall show, and our director kept us late so she could yell at us. So.
Was that this year? Was that like for Sponge? Okay.
That was for jurors.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't see that show because I had COVID during that week. Ryan? And this can go for like both choir and drama club too. Just by the way.
This is favorite memory.
Yeah.
From okay.
Any memory, you know.
Any. Oh yeah.
I don't think there's any rhyme or reason here.
No.
Any memory. Okay. Well, this is tough. Because there's a lot of good and bad. I think probably base bathroom break.
Yes, I was going to talk about that. Oh my god.
We went to some type of high school. I think this was States, right?
It was State Solo Ensemble, yeah.
State Solo Ensemble, yeah. And we went to this huge school. It was, I think it was before or after our performance. Must have been before.
SpongeBob?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it was before.
Jason, and Bill and I, right? We were like, okay, we gotta use the bathroom, but let's do like a march to the bathroom just because it was funny. So we all like got in formation and we just started marching. We got a few looks. I think one person was like, "What the fuck are they doing?" But it was funny. So we had a base bathroom break, and that was just something that popped up.
For reference, what the base bathroom break was, it was the origin of it. I had a weird dream one time, and I'm not going to go into detail. I'm not going to go into detail about it because it's a lot of it. But in the dream, we were performing at State Solo Ensemble, and we needed to get some pieces because each section was required to get pieces in my dream. And the basses, we didn't do anything. And so the three of us in the dream, Will, Ryan, and I, had decided we're all going to go to the bathroom and we're going to come up with something while we're in the bathroom. And we had asked Mr. Luke in the dream, like, hey, can we go to the bathroom? And then Ryan said the same thing, and then Will said the same thing. And Mr. Luke was just like, why are you all going to the bathroom? And in the dream, Will, with zero hesitation, said, base bathroom break, triple B is a thing. And since then, it's just been a running joke with us that, base bathroom breaks are, a tradition or whatever we said.
Gotcha.
And he said, you know what, we were talking about it when we were at State SME. And I think it was Will who pointed out, wait, all of us are here. There's a bathroom right down the corner. I saw it on my way here. And then, like Ryan said, we went in formation, and we marched down there. There was one girl on the way out who was sitting on the floor, and she looked at us, and she literally said, what the fuck? As we were walking by. And I remember when we were in the bathroom, for some reason we all had the same idea to go into stalls. And when we were in there, we were just giggling like a bunch of idiots. And I remember when we came out, there was this poor tenor kid who was 5'3", who just looked so terrified while he was washing his hands. He was washing his hands, trying to get out of there, as all of us just walked out of the stalls. And I don't know, his face just still sticks with me. It was funny.
Okay, before I tell mine, do you guys remember when you did Salami Cat during the Crucible?
God. My God.
They taught the middle schoolers
Oh, God.
Guilty as charged.
Okay.
At the
No shame. I
middle
would do
school
it again.
show, I had to break up Salami Cat.
Okay, Connor, for context, Salami Cat was... You guys started it during the Crucible, right?
Yeah.
Okay, the high school was doing the Crucible at the time. I was assistant directing, and I guess, like, the boys of the cast, and I guess the crew too, they would start chanting Salami Cat, then they'd walk into the bathroom. Not like the boys' bathroom, but like that one little bathroom that was in Cooper's room. They'd get in there, like 20 boys in the room, they just start chanting it until they just start screaming at the top of their lungs. And one of those days, I was just sitting there on the couch, I'm watching, listening, I'm like, what the fuck? They made a whole religion out of it, too.
It was started by Caleb Kawa.
Of course,
and
yeah.
When he graduated, I don't know why, he passed it down to me. He said I had to be the prophet, and I did my time. I served my sentence, and I gave it to Tanner. I gave it to Tanner, and he has told me he's going to make like a full revamp of the church, bring it back to its former glory. And it got to the point where there's a fifth grader, or there was a fifth grader, he's a sixth grader now, named Rex, who he brought it to the middle school, and he has sworn an oath to continue it until he graduates.
No, it had to be banned.
No, unban it.
What do you mean it had to be banned?
It got banned at the middle school because Rex literally threw one of the tiny sixth grade girls out of the bathroom so they could do Salami Cat. I had to go in there and console this poor child during Aladdin because Rex threw tiny child out of the bathroom.
That's so funny.
Oh my god.
It has been banned for all future middle school productions.
Well, hey, look,
Find a way, Elena.
high school productions, so we're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
I got fired, so it doesn't matter.
They're stubborn little bastards. They'll find a way.
Yeah, we'll find it.
They'll find a way.
Oh, God. Okay. I guess my turn. This is just a drama club thing, and Elena knows about this, but she doesn't know, like, the grisly details of it. So, like, my senior year for the last show we did was Annie, and, oh, I love that look on your face, Elena. And I did not get a big role. I was cast as, like, the butler, hobo number one, and this character named Perkins, and I didn't care. I didn't mind at all, but then, like, when we were rehearsing the scene with FDR, I was playing Perkins, and I think it was like Cooper who was talking about like how weird the dialogue was, and then like it just clicked with her that all these other characters that are with FDR, they are real characters. And then she said, oh my god, Perkins, Frances Perkins, the first female cabinet member in FDR's presidency. She looked at me and said, Trevor, you're playing a woman. And it doesn't end there. The whole cast and crew know about this. They are like jumping for joy to dress me in drag. And Janet, the costume lady, she's all like ready. She's like, she's telling me they're gonna get me a full costume with the fake tits and everything. And I'm thinking, all right, might as well go all the way. So I
what did I get myself into?
Yes, exactly. So I just take the electric razor and I shaved everything from the face down for this role because I'm dressing in drag. Come to find out, I had a scene as the butler right after that, so they give me this bullshit costume, like this dress that goes down to my ankles to cover my pants, a shitty wig that looked like a dead raccoon with a little net on top of it, a scarf, and I'm like, and I, good God. I'm having a stroke right now, Jesus.
Having Vietnam flashbacks here.
Uh-huh. And I told nobody about this until they saw the show. And the two greatest responses I got was from my buddy Paul. He walked up to me after the show and said, Trevor, you are one sexy woman. And then there was my aunt who I was talking to, and she was saying, yeah, we were getting to that scene. And I'm thinking, who is that ugly woman? Like, oh my God, it's Trevor. And I'm just like, thanks. Thanks for that. Ugh.
That wig that you used for that scene,
Yeah.
I got it out of the costume room, and Ryan used it for the tribute song.
Wait, the Rihanna wig?
We had to bring it back.
Oh, God.
The Rihanna wig?
Yes. Oh my God, I remember.
Oh my God.
I have no idea what she said. I'm sorry, you were cutting out again, Elena.
That wig that you used for Annie,
Yeah.
I dug it out of the costume room.
Okay, I heard that part.
And Ryan used it for the Annie tribute song during the showcase.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was fun. I got to wear a wig, and was it Maddie who got to snatch it off? It was Maddie.
It was.
I gotta
She
rewatch.
threw it at you.
I gotta rewatch the showcase because I don't remember that part.
We were going to throw it at Cooper, but she sat in the wrong seat, so we couldn't.
Oh.
Tell her to move. You gotta sit over here.
We should have a sign on one of the seats that said reserved for Natalie.
Yeah. Also, we got like 3.
I didn't think about that.
Also, we got like 3 minutes left. Do you want to like call it quits? I mean, I got more stuff we can talk about. I mean, if that's up to you guys. I mean,
anyone who's known me for any prolonged amount of time knows that I can keep talking forever.
Yeah.
So.
and I got more shit to talk about.
I'm gonna have dinner, and I'm gonna watch my movie. So I'm probably gonna head out.
Okay.
All right.
Loser.
Hey, whoa, hold on. What
I
you
didn't say
call
anything.
me?
I didn't say anything.
Oh no.
What'd you say?
I didn't say anything. You're crazy.
What?
You're losing it. You're hearing things. You're schizophrenic.
Okay. You know what? So stick on. You know what? I need to finish this anyway. So.
All right.
Sure, I'll stick on.
All right. I will end this and then restart it with another thing. That sound good?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Stop recording.
Recording stopped.
And
I might get food.
okay.
I was really confused for a second there.
What was that noise?
What was what noise?
I don't know. I heard a noise sound like a helicopter blade or some shit.
I have my fan going.
Oh, that might be it.
It's a small little desk fan that hardly makes any noise, but I don't know if you'd hear that, but...
I don't know. I'm going
I do have
insane,
that.
I guess. All right, I'm gonna get some water. I'll be right back.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just sitting here watching TikTok.
Oh, no problem.
last week, I was kind of distracted because my brothers are in the other room and we're very sheltered. So I was trying to get my headphones so they weren't hearing everything that was coming out of you guys. So sorry.
Gotcha.
Recording in progress.
Oh, that's fair. Honestly, Elena, remember during High School Musical, your brother was like helping out backstage, and I don't remember how it started out, but like me or Jason said something, and then when you found out, you literally looked at us and said, "Why don't you just tell him what anal is while you're at it?" Yeah, do you remember?
Tell him what it was.
What?
I thought you did tell him
No,
that's
no,
what it was, and that's why I was yelling at you.
No, we were not going to do that.
My poor innocent little middle school brother.
I'm sorry. Have you seen other middle schoolers? They're not. They are. Con, how do you describe middle schoolers? I'm at a loss for words.
I know.
Ryan, you're sideways.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. Let me double check to make sure that's still. Yep, still converting. All right. Ryan, what are you eating?
Rice with like there's chicken that has like buffalo sauce on it.
Actually, looks pretty good.
Oh, it's delicious, dude.
All right, I guess I'll start it off with this one story. I told Connor an abbreviated version of it, but there's a little bit more detail to it. So a couple months ago, what the hell? Hold on, I just got a laptop just switched the screens on me. All right, and it's still recording. Okay, so a couple months ago, I was doing this show in Fenton. It's for one thing, they're really cool, like theater group too. Their entire building could fit on the stage in the PAC, but that's not important. So I was doing this show. It was called Prescription Murder. It was about this psychiatrist who murders his wife so he can be with his mistress, and then this detective solves the case in typical murder mystery. But for one scene, the actress who was supposed to play the wife who gets murdered, her instructions were to be facing this way, so that way the audience can see her husband strangle her to death. Now, I don't know where she got this, but she decided to face this way when she dies. And Connor might know where I'm going with this. And the first time around she did it, director pretty much just said, like, hey, that's not how you're supposed to do it. You got to be facing the window with your back to the audience a little bit.
That way.
Yes. And as soon as she got off stage, because that was the last scene she was in, she threw this pitch fit at the director going, well, if my back is to the audience, how are people going to know it's me? Or something like that. I didn't pay attention, and she stormed off in like a huff. Came back a few minutes later. What'd you say, Connor?
Her part is literally a murder victim. Like
Yes. Yeah. And she came back, sat down, all smiling like nothing happened. Skip ahead to about last dress rehearsal before the show. She once again dies facing this direction. I forgot what she was doing. Dies that way. And again, for notes, director says, you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to face the window with your back to the audience. And once again, she throws a bitch fit at the director. Keep in mind, this is not like some like 20-year-old or anything. This is like this woman's old enough to be my grandma, and she's had 40 years of experience, and she's now like bitching to the director about stage directions. I know. And she starts bitching. I bail out because I don't want to see this shit. I come back the next day for opening night. She shows up late and has an argument with the director and the producer of the show who owns the building. And I'm listening, and I'm hearing her say, I will tell everyone what you did to me. And that's all I heard, but, like, I guess they convinced her to do it her way. Not her way, do it the way she was directed. And she did it the first weekend, which we were doing 2 weekends, and then after the first day, she went back to doing it her way. Skip ahead to that Sunday performance. The director's mom walks up to me. She closes the door that separates the actors' hallway and the green room. She's like, "You didn't hear it from me, but this is the last day that she's going to be working here. We gave her every chance to do it the way she was directed, but she still did it her own way. So after this show, she's out. But you didn't hear it from me." And then she opens the door, walks back to where she was sitting, and acts like nothing happened. Now, I'm hearing this. I'm happy because she's ruining the show for me. But now I know I got a window. I got a window to get the hell out of here before shit hits the fan. And so I say hi to the 3 people that went to see that show. And I grab my stuff, quick change, faster than I ever have before, and I book it out of the building. And as I'm doing it, I'm looking, and I'm seeing the producer sitting in the exact same chair, in the exact same room that this lady was sitting in when she wasn't on stage. And that's when I know, oh, something's going to happen. Skip ahead to the second weekend. Now the director is taking over as the role of the wife. We're getting ready to go. Guess who shows up? Yeah, this lady shows up with, like, another friend. She bought a ticket. She refuses to leave because apparently they put a restraining order on her, and they told her not to show up, but she's still here, and she's refusing to leave. So what they had to do, they ended up just letting her show up, letting her, like, sit down and watch the show, but they had the entire board of directors surround her to make sure she don't do nothing. During intermission, she walked around talking shit, saying, "I was fired for creative differences." Like, bullshit, lady. And
no,
then,
you were told to do something a specific way by the dude who runs the show, and you refused to.
Yeah.
So they canned your ass.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Yeah. And then, after the show was over, I was told by the director's mom that her and her, like, man friend that she brought with her were waiting in the parking lot, watching cars leave, trying to figure out which car was the director's. And they didn't leave until the director's mom turned on her car to let them know that she was watching them.
Light them up with the headlights. Like, I see you, bitch.
Exactly. So that was fun. Yeah.
He sounds lovely.
Yeah. I hope I never see her again. So, anyone else?
To this day, I cannot fucking sing the Star Spangled Banner correctly.
Really?
I keep defaulting to the 4-part bass part. To this day. To this fucking day.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here trying to sing like the Star Spangled Banner at like a football game. I'm like, oh, say, can't I wait a minute? I'm like, God damn it.
At least you know the lyrics.
To this day, I haven't
Yeah.
been in Mads for 5 years, and I still fuck it up to this day. I'm like,
I'm gonna have oh god, what's it called? I'm gonna have "I Love My Love" stuck in my head for the rest of my life because we practiced it so many times.
If there's a song that we sang in choir, and then I hear that song at any other point, I can't sing like the melody anymore because I sang the bass part.
Mm-hmm.
And I can like no longer sing the melody unless I'm
Right.
actively listening to it. Such a pain in the ass.
It is. Yeah.
Ryan, at your funeral, I am going to sing "I Love My Love" because I will remember it. It's drilled into my head.
Yeah, we practiced it day after day after day to the point where I remember each part, I remember each note, I remember when to come in. It's just, oh man.
I think
Exactly.
I know the bass part better than the alto part on that song.
Mm.
I don't
On the
think
bass.
altos ever sang that song correctly.
Eh. There's enough other voices. They can cover it up. It's fine.
Yeah. If worst case scenario, lip sync.
I don't know what Christmas songs because I want to say they alternate them for Mads between Mistletoe and the 12 Days After Christmas. Do you guys sing either one of those?
So we were supposed to do 12 days last year, but we weren't able to because of COVID. So this year, we're going to do both. We weren't able to do both.
Get Mistletoe and 12 Days?
Our concert was on Thursday. We didn't start Mistletoe until that Tuesday. It was not... I got stuck with a weirdo as my partner, and I ended up kissing Kaylee Cole, so whatever.
You know.
My partner got. Her lips were there.
There you go.
Also kissed Kaylee at the mall.
That was an accident.
I'm sorry, what? What's this going on? I'm just...
That's not an accident. How does...
When we went to the mall to get the Mads photo with Santa, which we never got, by the way.
Oh, we didn't, and I'm upset about that.
We went to the mall to get the Mads photo with Santa, and while we were waiting in line, we're like, we're going to serenade these people because we sound good. So we were singing Mistletoe, and the partner that Kaylee and I were paired up with, no one really likes him, so he wasn't invited. So he wasn't there. And so Kaylee and I were sitting next to each other, and when it gets to the point where the girls at the end, they kiss the guy's cheek, I'm like, you know what, I'm going to be all cute, and I'm going to kiss Kaylee's cheek. But she had the same idea. So when I went to go kiss her cheek, she turned and...
Okay.
It's 2022, that's okay.
It was my first kiss, Trevor.
Oh. I mean, that... It could have gone worse. I'm speaking from experience. Okay, Connor... Okay, fine. Another story, then I gotta change the subject. Okay. Connor, I told this. After I graduated, I was doing the show Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, which... That's the shirt that I'm wearing!
I was thinking that's what that said, but I couldn't quite make it out.
Yeah. Anyway, I was the lead role of that show, and this is the first stage kiss I've had. Like, off stage, that's another story. I'm not talking about that. Anyway, so, like, our first week into, like, off-book rehearsal, I'm reading the script, and it says that my character, in the end, he gets down on one knee, proposes to the girlfriend. She says yes. He gets up. They kiss. He picks her up, puts her in the car, and they fly off to happily ever after. On the day we're rehearsing that off-book, I get down on one knee, but I ask, hey, do you actually want me to kiss her, or is there something else going on? You want to... something I want to know. I'm just curious. I don't get an answer. For the most part, most of the cast laughs at me for making that question, and I'm like, okay, fuck y'all. Next time we do this scene, I'm not asking, I'm just doing. So, and so the very next week, we're rehearsing that scene. I do exactly as I was instructed. I get down on one knee. I propose. She says yes. I get up, grab her face, kiss her right on the lips for a good 5 seconds. The whole cast is cheering because they think that was intended. My best friend Max is in the show. He's going, yeah, yeah, yeah. I break away as soon as everyone sees the girl's face and the director's face. Silence. Now they're thinking, oh, Trevor's in trouble. And keep in mind, no, I'll tell that part later. I look over at the director, producer, assistant director, choreographer, music director, one of the tech people. They're looking at me like, oh, hell no, you did not just do that. The director goes, okay, we're gonna take a 5-minute break and we're gonna start again at the top of Act 2. Everyone leaves, my ass gets pulled over, and I get chewed out by everyone that was involved in making that's calling the shots in that show. And I'm like, I'm partially intimidated, but at the same time, I'm like, you should have answered my damn question the first time around.
Yeah, right.
Response.
Yeah. And
is that why you were so timid doing Beauty and the Beast?
No, did I look timid in Beauty and the Beast? Because I wasn't, but
You were shaking as you were going up to her.
okay. In my defense, I didn't know Belle at the time. With Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, I knew the girl from for a year, so I wasn't that. Yeah. Yeah. Not granted. And okay, I'm just gonna say this, Katie. If you're watching this, I wouldn't have done that had I known you had a boyfriend at the time. That's my only regret. But anyway, yeah. What was I gonna say? But wait, I actually looked timid in Beauty and the Beast? Okay.
I just assumed because it was right after Josh fell off the platform, and since you guys were right where he was, I just assumed that you guys were just trying to be careful, so you guys didn't fall next.
I mean, I can't remember exactly what was going on in my head at the time, so I can't say for sure. I do know. I do know, okay. I do know that, that one time, when we went over that scene 15 times over, that was, I did thoroughly enjoy that, and it got to the point where I'm after kissing Belle for the 5th time, I'm thinking, Stevie, are you just doing me a solid here? Just, I don't know.
She's really pretty.
What?
Because she's really pretty.
Yeah, that's true, but oh well, who cares? Alright, okay. I'm just gonna ask this, because you guys had a new director this year, what was production for SpongeBob the Musical like? Be honest, I'm just curious.
Messy.
Messy, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
See,
to the point.
I don't honestly. I think Cartwright was genuinely trying her best to make this show.
It looked like she was, yeah.
Yeah, any director who's working in this kind of stuff wants to make their show as good as possible.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that her way of preparing for this show and running rehearsals was as structured or as focused as Cooper's way of doing it.
Yeah.
It felt very, ooh, what if we tried this? And what if we tried this? And, we're not going to work on the next, we're not going to work on the scene after tomorrow. We're going to work on something later in Act 1. Whoa.
Yeah.
You don't jump, okay?
Yeah.
I would rather prefer someone who has, this is what we're going to do. We're going to start here.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go scene by scene by scene.
Yeah.
And we can add stuff maybe later, but I have a very clear vision of what we're going to do, and here's how we're going to do it. Okay. You want a little bit of flexibility, but you also want somebody who knows what they want, who knows their vision.
Yeah.
See, the thing was that the way.
Go ahead, Jason.
See, the thing that I thought of why that happened is because Cooper knew. She knew us. She knew our strengths. She knew our weaknesses, what we could and what we couldn't do. So she was more comfortable doing bigger shows. On a show like SpongeBob, Cartwright didn't know our strengths, our weaknesses. She didn't know what we could and couldn't do. So her trying to do that, as if she has known us for years on a show the size of SpongeBob, I feel like that's what made it feel so disorganized.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. She definitely comes off as more of a...
That's also a factor.
Mm-hmm. She comes off more like a play person than a musical person.
She did good with Jurors, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, because honestly, when I watched it, it did look messy, but personally, casting-wise, I think she was, she had it perfectly, because, when I heard that what they, once I heard that Aaron had got the role of SpongeBob, I'm like, okay, I'm betting $10 Tanner's, Patrick, Jason's, Mr. Krabs, Ryan's, Squidward. Honestly, Aileen, I thought you were gonna be Karen, but I mean, I was right up until that point. Yeah, so the casting was pretty good.
I was not expecting Pearl I sing alto too. Like, why did you give me the soprano role?
I mean, you
But
sounded
it was
good.
fun. Like, you're so okay. It was not the role I went for. She told me that she had 6 cast lists written out the night of callbacks, and on 5 of them I was Sandy, and on 1 I was Pearl, and I'm like, why didn't you go with any of the other 5? I can hit
know
those
what those
notes.
other ones are. I want to know.
No.
I'm curious. Like, what are those other cast?
She told me that you were Patrick on a couple of them, and Ryan was SpongeBob on a couple of them.
No fucking way. Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
That would have been fun to see, but I couldn't have Patrick.
I don't know.
Yeah, Tanner was perfectly cast as Patrick.
Was amazing
Oh,
for
yeah,
Patrick.
Tanner's
He
like-
was.
Yeah. Like,
And-
Tanner is Patrick.
Also, like
He still
Connor.
plays his character. He's never left.
Yeah, I mean, and also
Yeah,
Connor
well,
for context, Connor, like imagine like a second me. That's what Tanner is pretty much like. Like that's how everyone describes him for the most part.
Okay.
Like a newer model, couple of bugs in the system, sort of.
Newer model.
A couple.
He's our gay train boy. So
Yeah, he has this weird obsession with trains. Like
Trains?
yeah,
But he's on the school board this year, so
Yes,
he's
he
going to
is.
have to grow up a little bit.
yeah.
Tanner in the middle of the meeting accidentally breaks into his Patrick voice.
I'm really scared. I love Tanner dearly, but he doesn't have much of a filter.
Oh god. And
I
like
have to train him later.
and some of the things he does just sends up red flags. For Crucible, there was a scene where John Proctor is walking in. He's supposed to be handcuffed. Tanner walks into rehearsal and he brings these like chains with locks on them that
Yeah.
they can use. And when someone asked him, he said he got them from his basement. How does that not send a red flag for someone that doesn't know him?
See,
I'm just gonna
that's
say
something he can't share.
Ryan.
what?
Actually, no, you weren't there that day. Never mind. But it was after hometown days. I remember my parents still weren't going to be home for like an hour or two, so I asked Tanner, and his dad was like, "Hey, can I just chill at your guys' house for a bit?" So I was at his house, and it was the first time I'd ever been inside his house, and he showed me like around. He's like, "Yeah, you want to see this?" And he showed me the basement. It's like a den sort of area, but then there's just a door, and it's to another room, and it's like slightly cracked open. And Tanner's like, "Oh, you want to see that?" And he opens it, and it's just like stone walls and stuff, and there's just shelves, and there's just a box and a mat, like a towel. And I was confused, and he saw it on my face. He's like, "Oh yeah, that's for Bailey. It's his cat." I was like, "What is she doing in this? What is she doing in Alcatraz?" The room still, I don't know how to describe it other than it was just this square room. It had one shelf in the corner with a random assortment of boxes and like cleaning supplies, and then a mat just in the very center. And it scared the shit. I was like, "I'm not safe here. Tanner's a serial killer, isn't he? This is where I die."
This is it. This is curtains. I'm gonna die here and now.
I gotta get Tanner on one of
I'm
these
in
things and pair him up
danger.
with Max. Okay, I will. One thing though about back to SpongeBob, I will say personally, I wasn't so sure about Hope's portrayal as Plankton. Like the one problem that I had was that when she did the laugh, it sounded like a really shitty Jared Leto Joker laugh. And this is coming from someone who liked Leto's Joker. I heard that laugh and I'm just like, God, kill me now, please.
I see it.
Yeah.
I see it. That's funny.
I mean, she did a good job with what she was given. I just felt like maybe the part wasn't right for her. But looking at the cast, I didn't know most of them, so I couldn't really judge too much.
Yeah.
There there are a lot of areas that I feel like we could have worked a lot more.
Yeah.
And one of them were pirates.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We did not work on that with Mr. Luke once.
Nope.
We had one rehearsal that we organized ourselves that went, let me just be honest, it was a train wreck.
Mm-hmm.
That one rehearsal that we were there, it was led by Aaron, and he was trying his best, but it wasn't working. It wasn't going. We were trying to learn the different parts for like the background and just trying to teach it to Ryan. And Ryan LaFramboy.
Yeah.
And Ryan was very committed to the character of Patchy, and I feel like he would have been able to do better with that song had we had more time, because I saw him improve over the course of those 3 shows as he found out more and more.
Mm-hmm.
But just, he was given a bad hand, in my opinion.
Yeah. Also, the pirates that accompanied him were not
piratey.
greatest. So
Black.
Yeah.
No pirates.
Elena can attest to this. I was backstage with her and Kaylee and Kaya during that song, and I was just like, I'm just gonna sing the melody for backup, okay? When all the pirates came up to start singing, I was just like, and hopefully it sounded good out there. But I was trying my best to help Ryan out, because he really did want to make the song as good as possible.
Yeah.
He just
I think what he could have done without sort of breaking the character, I guess, he could have had a copy of the music on him after he threw another copy down to the pit to make, because Patchy did say he wrote the song just recently, so it wouldn't look too far-fetched of that idea.
Yeah.
Well, no one knew that they were going to be in that song until Tech Week.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
she
fun.
didn't assign roles for anything, and it got to the point where, okay, who can be a pirate? Who does not have to be in the next scene? And there were some that were still making super quick changes. So no one really knew who's doing what.
Mm-hmm. I think that I still think that Super C-Star Savior was the hardest song of the entire show. That bitch was hard. That was a very tough song to get through. But I'm just glad that it worked out as well as it did.
I sang so loud for that song, I could barely breathe while I was dancing.
Yeah.
Because no one knew the words around me, so it was me and Ashley, and we were belting it. And I'm like, this is high.
Yeah.
I only heard you, Ashley, and Tanner. If I'm being completely honest. That's all I heard.
Elena, your screen froze.
Oh, there we go.
Yep.
There we go.
Yep, she's been freed.
But, like Ryan said, I am glad that song actually didn't crash and burn. Because I feel like for a lot of songs in that show, there's always a possibility with songs crashing and burning, but I feel like every song that we had there was at a scary 40% at bare minimum, and it's okay, is this the show where it crashes and burns? And thankfully it did, and we stayed together, and we stayed in one piece.
Yeah.
But it was not as... You could tell that, everybody was a little bit disappointed, because people who had done shows prior were we've done harder pieces than this, and we did them better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wasn't the best of our ability.
I'm just glad that I'm just glad that I'm not a loser. I at least looked good.
Yeah, it did look good.
Yeah, I was hoping, because I was up there. You never really know if you look good while you're up there, because you are giving it your all, but it all depends on how the audience sees your performance.
Yeah.
And based on everybody I've talked to, they were all yeah, it looked really good, and that makes me happy.
I'm just glad it's over.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm being honest,
Yeah.
I'm glad it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Trying to think. I don't know. That reminded me of something that happened. Oh yeah, I remember. When I was doing Footloose, my sophomore year. I don't know. Connor, I know you weren't in it, but for some reason I thought you were. For some reason, anyway.
I wasn't in it, but I did go to see it like twice.
Which did you see the Saturday night one or no? I'm just asking because like during the Saturday one when they were doing "I Need a Hero" with this big dance number, it was awesome by the way. When they were doing "I Need a Hero," this one girl who did the choreography for the show and also had a solo at the beginning of Act 2, she broke her leg on stage.
Yes, Jolie Billings.
Yes.
Yes.
No, she didn't break it. She like tore a tendon in her leg or something like that.
Yeah,
she was,
no, I know who you're talking about. Though.
Yeah.
No, I did not see that show.
Okay, you did not. Okay,
that
yeah.
was not
But
one
like,
of the ones I went to. I remember Jolie Billings busting her up her leg because she was in one of my choir classes.
yeah, she like messed up her leg and she was able to hold it in until she she was able to hold it in for the most part. Like she was dragging herself backstage and until someone was able to pick her up and get her into the costume room where then we just start hearing this blood-curdling scream from the costume room. And I feel bad thinking this is funny, but like when she was still like crawling backstage, my buddy Max, he tried to pick her up. Like he got like 2 feet off the ground and he dropped down to one knee. Yeah, he couldn't pick her up. And then this other girl who was like half his size just walked away with it. Picked her up like this empty water bottle, and then like skip ahead a couple hours. Yeah, skip ahead a couple of hours. She's all doped up on some good shit, and one of the things she's talking about is, wow, Max is really weak. Just destroy the man's confidence, will ya?
Poor guy.
He tries to help, he can't help, and then he gets roasted for it.
I will say he has a tendency for trying to help and just making himself look like an idiot at times.
Yeah, that's Max for you. We love him though.
I love him dearly. But yeah.
Yeah. Trying to remember. Did you see?
Well,
Like,
I don't have plans at 7, so I'm gonna have to dip out of this meeting then.
Yeah, we got like 5 minutes to go, so I'm just gonna like do a little outro. Then so for the people watching this, don't forget to like and subscribe to the video. Yada yada yada. As for you guys, my channel is Stuck on Stupid 84. You can like and subscribe to that. Get a notification for it. For Elena and Jason, because you guys have Facebook, I'll invite you to like the page and maybe join the group too, because I want to get more people involved in this, because it started out with like me, Connor, Max, and our friend Tommy just doing stupid shit and we put it on the internet, but because of
Did you ever post that?
what?
I don't remember.
The first one? Yeah.
Me, you, and Tommy and Max was on video call. Did we ever post that video where we're just sitting here just shooting shit for like an hour?
Yeah. I posted the video, but it only recorded the last 20 minutes, so we missed Tommy's rant about whale probes.
We missed all about that.
Okay, so you guys know whale probes was something that was done in a Star Trek movie that Tommy hates with a passion. He had this whole rant about it.
I've seen some bad movies.
Yeah.
And I've suffered through them, but like Tommy sitting here trying to explain to me the plot of, I think it was Star Trek 4.
Yeah.
Doozy.
Yeah.
That sounds like something I'd want to be a part of, because
Yeah.
I talk about movies a lot.
Yeah.
And that would be
Even
fun.
talking about movies specifically is just we just somehow got onto the topic of like shit that we've been sending our friends, and then he just like brought up the fact that he messaged me like this whole paragraph, like spark noting like the whole plot of Star Trek 4 in like the most comedic way he could potentially portray it.
But yeah, that was
Flawless line from that movie. These are not the hell your whales.
But
by Leonard Nimoy himself.
yeah. But yeah, Connor, I did have the last 20 minutes recorded, posted on YouTube.
I tried to find it, and I couldn't find it anywhere.
Yeah, hold on. I'll send you the link to it in a minute.
I'll
And
try and find it again.
yeah, and just like the whole point of this was also like for the interview, but also like we need more goons so we can have so I can post more content.
We need
So-
more goons.
So this was kind of your initiation, Sharkbait hoo ha ha.
What's the name of the channel again? I'm curious.
Stuck on Stupid 84. That was like the third name I could think of.
Well, yeah, because we tried to do stupid and
Yep,
stereo, but
yep.
that one was taken.
Yeah, and like.
That's it.
And Tommy suggested bullshit boogaloo, but I have a Christian grandma and I don't want to give her another stroke, so. And yeah, I want to get like Tanner, Micah, and Peyton involved in this too, because so like
Ooh, that'd be cool.
yeah, like Tanner and my friend Max, that would be fucking hilarious. But anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go, and I'll get started on blurring out those names in the last video. Thank you all for coming to this.
You despise with a passion.
Yeah. Okay, so thank you all for coming to this, and I'll get it going as soon as I can. See you guys later. Bye.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, no problem. It was awesome.
Thanks for the invite.
Yeah, no problem. All right.
Recording.